Now, I'm going to be doing some cardboard crafts. And this is a moon, in case you can't tell. And I am going to kind of score it with a box knife, keeping my fingers out of the way. And I do have it on a cutting mat. That way it's a little harder. Okay, if it's not perfect, it's okay. Well, this piece is sliding around on me. Get rid of that. Now, I could cut this, which I have cut it with my laser, but I'm going to do this project cutting it all out by hand. Okay. Now, the star. I'm being quiet because I'm concentrating. I don't want to cut my fingers or my hand. Okay, I didn't get there. And here. Okay, it's all gone. All right, now I'll take my scissors that I have marked to use for cardboard. There's those old-time metal scissors, and they don't work for anything else, but they work for the cardboard. I'm going to cut this out, make it easier. Okay, where have I been? This just makes it, when you score it with that knife, that box knife, it just makes it easier to cut. I say that, now I get this. And I'm just going in and out that way instead of trying to turn my scissors. Okay, there's my star. And now, I'm going to set that back. I'll push it off, won't be able to find it. Go off that way. Get rid of some of this cardboard. Have those out of my way. Not bad looking. And I've already cut out a cat. Okay. There we go. That moon's cut out. My star. And here's the cat that I cut out. And I cut it out the same way. Went around with the box knife. Cut around it so it wouldn't be as hard to maneuver. And then cut it all out with the scissors. And now, I know that I'm going to want this here with the cardboard underneath showing. So I am going to spray this down with water and let it set and then peel this back. It's so much easier than trying to, unless you get one that comes off real easy. And sometimes I do. But this one isn't going to be one of those. I can tell. Yeah, I'm going to wet that with water so it'll be easier and let it soak, because you have to leave it for a little bit. And here's my spray bottle. I'll probably have to wet it several times. And then I'll have to pull that off and let it dry good. Now, I'm checking to see if it's ready to come up. If it gets more down through here and it's not ready, I'll spray it some more and leave it. Like right in there. Got some pieces I'm going to have to pull off. Okay, I'm going to let it soak a little bit more, because I don't want to be pulling all these pieces up. Okay, before I get started painting these, I wanted to glue down some material just on a piece of cardboard. Just as big as I made it, this piece here, 13 by 9 1/4. And my moon, from the tallest point, is 10 inches. And I made the middle part 4 inches in the middle, and it goes out to about 8 1/4 inches. I just made a circle in my Silhouette software. I made 2 circles, put them together, or put one circle over the other one, and then I selected both of them, and then I went over to, and I don't know what it's called, a panel, some panel. I'm not a very good explainer. And I hit subtract, and it took that circle away from this one. So I got it. That's how I got my moon. But, and my kitty cat was, I know I forgot to say all this, 4.5 by 4 inches wide. And my star is 2.5 by 2.5. Anyways, so I took some Aleene's Tack-It glue and put on here, and I glued it down and smoothed it out really well. And now I'm going to glue the edges down. Let's start here at the bottom. This is just the clear Aleene's tacky glue gel. I need something to keep that turned up. Wonder if it'll stand up in that. No, it's not deep enough. Okay. Get my scissors. Because I'm going to want to cut my edges or my corners. This may not be enough. Okay, let's see. So I'm just going to go on around and finish gluing this all down to the board on the back. Now I am taking my moon and I'm going to paint it Golden Sunset by Apple Barrel. And I'll do this all over the whole thing. I may have to give it 2 coats. I'm not sure. And then I'll just paint my cat black, and my star will be this same color. All right, now that my yellow is on and dried, I've taken Asphaltum Brown by Folk Art. I'm going to go around the edges, and I'm dry brushing it. This is going to be a little strange on the curve. I think I'm going to try a little bit of this burnt sienna on there too. I'm going to get around here, and then I'm going to use some burnt sienna. All right, now let's try just a little bit of that. Let's just try to make it look a little rusty. Okay. All right, I think that will get it, and I have painted my cat black and this star. I need to put the brown around that. Okay, that grunged it up some. I'm just going to go around that, and let's see, I'm going to use the walnut stain. All right, let's see, maybe, I don't know if that's doing anything on the edges. Yeah, I like that too. As soon as I get this finished, I'll start putting it all together. All right, before I start putting this together, I need to put a hole. I've got one in my star that I punched with the hole punch, and I need one on here. Not wanting to go up in there. Well, right there. Okay. Now I need a piece of wire. I need to get that wired on there before I can start gluing everything on and fixing it. So I am just going to attach this on there with the wire onto the star. And I'll just twirl the ends. Like that, and then on the star also. And now I have that on there, so I need to start gluing the moon down. Oh boy. It's got to go over. Okay, right there. I'll be pushing this down a little bit. I'll probably glue my star in place also. And I've got the cat to glue on, but I've got to figure out what else I'm going to do with this. I can't just glue the cat on and leave it like that. Looks plain. Okay, so I'm going to look at this for a little bit and see what I can pull out and what I can do to ump this up a little bit. All right, well, I put some moss, Spanish moss, underneath the kitty cat. Better not say that too loud. She'll come in here and I don't have my door shut. And she starts climbing to the ceiling and everything starts flying. And I'm going to put some Sweet Annie, just to dress it up a little bit and give it a little more color. Well, instead of keeping y'all here watching me piddle with all this, this is what I'm going to be doing. And I don't know, I might put a messy bow up here because I'm thinking it needs something up here. But I'll keep looking at it and figure out what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm taking some salted caramel and going around the edges. Kind of pouncing most of the paint off. But I'll go on the edges to get most of the paint off already. I mean, to get most of the paint off. And then I've been coming in like this. That's looks like I need to glue that down. Now I'm going to continue working on the edges with this salted caramel. Okay, I took this sharp Pokey Joe thing and poked holes in both sides and then run some rusty wire through there. And now I think I am going to try making a messy bow to put like right in here, a small one, to see how that looks. And I didn't add a whole lot more of the Sweet Annie. So now I'm going to go and make a small messy bow. And we'll see how that looks. I made the bow, or the messy bow, and put on there. And I need something to go in the middle. So I am going to fix a star with some Mod Podge and cinnamon. This is just some Mod Podge that has some, what is it? Mod Podge with cinnamon and coffee. I'll just use that to put on there. And then I'm going to just drop it down in my cinnamon. Okay, instead of sticking my fingers down in there. Well, it needs a little bit on the corner. On the tips. Okay, I'll let that dry. And I'll go back over it with some more Mod Podge. And then I'm going to hot glue it on there. And I think that will be finished. I'll set that down there for right now and let that dry. Now I'm going to make a witch hat, and I went on Pinterest and looked and kind of made a pattern for the top, and then just cut an oval for the bottom. And I went ahead and cut these out with my laser. And I'll just hot glue that down on there, because that should stay with hot glue, being this paper. And right now I'm just going to paint both of them black. This should be a relatively simple project. But I'm going to paint the hat, both pieces of the hat black, and then I'll glue it together with hot glue and decorate around the rim and stuff a little bit. So this one should be really simple. Okay, I made a mark in the middle so I'd know where this went, because I was thinking, well, I'll put that on there and I'll try to, no, I know I would get it off. So what I'm going to do is just put a line of hot glue, and if it comes on either side, it is not going to matter, because we'll cover it up. Okay, now I'll take the top piece and set it down on there. My problem is now I just need to hold it straight till it dries. Now I am going to run some glue on each side, a pretty good thick layer. Like I said, we'll cover it so it's not going to show. And I'm still holding it. It's not dry on the underneath, but when this gets a little more drier, I'll turn it around and run a bead on the other side. Now, I cut me off a piece of this stuff here. I got it a long time ago from the Dollar Tree. I think it was called Creepy Cloth. It's probably going to fall apart, but I'll glue it. I'm just going to tie it around the hat. Okay, let's see. Trying to get it to stay up. Ooh, it's wanting to fall apart now. Okay, I think. And I did go pretty heavy on the glue around the bottom. As you can see, this is covering it up. And I'm going to run a bead of glue around the band so that won't come unraveled. I'm going to do the same right in here. I'll pull it down a little bit. Where's my glue thing? It's a different one. Okay, you can see how it's wanting to come unraveled right there. So I'm going to pull it down. Push that down into the glue. Ouch. I wished I had some, what's that stuff? Fray stop or something like that you use when you're sewing. I would douse that, put that on the edge. But I don't have any. Okay, maybe if I just do that. That will keep it from coming apart. Okay. Now it needs something else. It needs a tag, but it needs some other stuff too. Now I'm going to put that down like that so that hides the glue on the bottom. And I knew I was going to use a tag, so I stuck a tag down in my coffee and water and cinnamon. Now I have to get this out and let it dry. It's not as dark as I would like it, but I'll let it dry and I'll put some ink on it. Well, cut it. I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. Figure out what else I can do to this. Alright, now I took some of that, what is that called? I can't remember what it's called. That and some, whatever that stuff is, some moss, some Spanish moss here, and then just 2 pieces of fabric, and I tied them in the middle with some jute. And now I am just going to put them down, put that right there in the middle, kind of angle it upwards. Like that. And I got a star out. A rusty star. I don't know if I want it there or there. I think right there, like that. Is that one too big? Well, I keep pulling that down and it's wanting to come back up. I don't know if I should put it there or up here. I think up here because it needs something up here. I mean, I like it there. Maybe I could get a smaller one. Something, a button or something to go there. But I like something up on the hat. So that's where I'm going to put that. I hope I have enough glue on there. I didn't want to get it where it showed. Oh, mercy. Computers are going off. Okay, right there. And I'm going to look at it a little more. And my tag's still just a little bit damp. And it's not dark enough. So I'm going to get my ink out and ink it up. But I think I want a spider on it. And I don't know where these came from. They're from the Dollar Tree. And it absolutely does not look like something I would have bought. But I'm actually going to use one. There's some cute ones. There's a little ghost. There's a cat. There's a witch hat. Anyways, these might have come from Sheila. From her Happy Meal from Sheila. Or maybe... I can't remember. I don't know. But I am going to put that. I got some ink here. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that's doused on there good. Okay. Oh, that worked really good. Okay. I'll leave that there like that and let it dry. And I did stick a piece of the string that I'm going to use down in my instant coffee so it would darken up because it was real light. But I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to put a little darker color on it because it doesn't really, I don't think, goes. It needs to be darker. Okay. And that's probably all I'm going to do to it. That was a very, very easy project. And I will have this pattern for the top and the bottom in my Buy Me a Coffee as a SVG. And I'm going to cut some, well, I have already cut some out with my wood, because after I'd done this, I thought, well, I could do that with wood. Let me show you. So I cut some out with some wood, and I have it where it slides down in there. And I can't pull it out. But anyways, I'll have the blank wood on my Buy Me a Coffee also. It'll just be these two pieces. That's it. And you'll have to put this top piece down in this slot. And I don't think it's going to need to be glued because it works really well. And if you paint this, if you get paint down in that slot, you're going to have to try to clean it out because this fits so snug and good that the paint may stop it from going down in there. So maybe I would put this down and put this all together like it is and then paint it. But I'll have this on Buy Me a Coffee, and then the pattern for it also on Buy Me a Coffee. Okay, I thought I need to show this, and I'm just going over it. I'm using walnut distressing ink, and I want this to look pretty old, so do the back side. And I did crumple this up before I put it in the coffee, the instant coffee and water. All right, now I don't know if I'm going to use the string that I got out or this little safety pin. I think probably the pin would hold it up better. All right, I'm going to put this right there, and I'm going to call this done.